Shalom, dear Talmidim. Now that we have found Rabbeinu Yonah, we're going to read Rabbeinu Yonah inside the Gemara. Rabbeinu Yonah says as follows. He quotes our Gemara. It says, Kol Korei Kriya Shema below Tefilin, Kilu made Sheker al Atzmo, right? Whoever reads Shema without wearing Tefillin, so it's as if he's testified falsely. Etc. Rabbi Chia Barabba, or Rabbi Yochanan Kilu Hikriv Toda below Mincha v'Zevach below Nesachem. It's as if he's given a korban without its side necessities, right? So that's what the Gemara had said. So now he says HaPerush HaNachon, right? So Rabbeinu Yonah says the correct interpretation, Kachu, this is what it is. Okay, so Rabbeinu Yonah is going to explain this Gemara because the Gemara at face value is somewhat confusing because we know that the topic is Shema, yet we're comparing it to giving a korban or testifying. So what does that have to do with anything? So he says the Ula Svirle Ula, who said that by saying Shema without wearing tefillin is testifying falsely. Right, so since in Shema you're going to read the pasuk that commands us to wear our tefillin, it says that you should put tefillin on your arms and put them between your eyes, meaning on top of your head. Ve'eno manichin, and he himself is not wearing tefillin when he says this. Nimsa shemeyud edil sheker al atzmo. Right, it's as if he's testifying falsely on himself. Shema she'omer eno emes, because what he's saying isn't true. Now he says, V'afal pi she'asa mitzvah. Now, even though he's done the mitzvah, she yatsa yedei kriya Shema, he's fulfilled the mitzvah of kriya Shema, which is to read Shema. Afil hachi avar avera mitzad acher. He's committing a sin from a different angle. What is it? Sheheyud edos sheker al atzmo, because he's testifying falsely about himself. Meaning, Rabbeinu Yonah is saying as follows: it's true that he's saying that he's fulfilling the mitzvah of kriya Shema, but there's another sin here. What's the sin? The sin is that he's not doing what he's saying to do, which is like testifying falsely. Right? He's getting up and saying, "Oh, I'm a heilig yid, I'm a holy person, and here I am. I'm saying that you should wear tefillin, and I myself am not wearing tefillin." So that's like you're testifying falsely, right? So now Rabbi Yochanan Svirle. Now Rabbi Yonah goes on and he explains Rabbi Yochanan, and he says Rabbi Yochanan Svirle. Rabbi Yochanan explained. Rabbi Yochanan was of the opinion that by saying Shema without wearing your tefillin, it's as if you testified falsely. So he says as follows. He says, Shafilu mitzvah atzma eno nases shlema kivan shelo kiba olav o machul shemayim. Right. So he says that even though you've done the mitzvah, you haven't done it fully. Right, because you haven't fully accepted upon yourself Hashem. How so? Right, it's as if it's almost like you've given a korban without its accompanying mincha. How so? Kevan shekori below kabbalas machlos shemayim. Right, so he says because it's as if he says by not wearing your tefillin, it's as if you've said Shema, but you really haven't been Mekabel al Malchus Shemayim, because if you were Mekabel al Malchus Shemayim, right, had you really done that, so then you wouldn't have an issue here, because you would be wearing your tefillin. By the fact that you're not wearing your tefillin shows that you're not really Mekabel al Malchus Shemayim. That's what Rabbeinu Yonah wants to say. So to sum up Rabbeinu Yonah, and after this sum up, I'd like you to send me a text message that tells me what Rabbeinu Yonah says. Rabbeinu Yonah says as follows. He says that the Gemara had said that there's two opinions. There is Ula and Rabbi Yochanan. Ula had said that both of them agree that if you say Shema without your tefillin on, then you're up the creek without a paddle. You got a problem. And even though Rabbeinu Yonah says both of them say you fulfill the mitzvah of Kriya Shema, Ula had said that's a problem because it's as if you're testifying falsely, right? So what does that mean? You're testifying falsely. It means that about yourself. It means that you're saying Shema, and in your recital of Shema, you have a mitzvah you're saying that you have a mitzvah to wear tefillin. And you yourself, although you're saying you have a mitzvah to wear tefillin, you're not wearing tefillin. It's as if you're testifying falsely about yourself. It's like taking the stand and saying everybody should wear blue shirts, and here I am wearing a white shirt. So I'm testifying falsely, right? That's the explanation about Ula. Rabbeinu Yonah says, well, let's look at Rabbi Chia and Rabbi Yochanan, who had said that it's as if you've given a korban without its accompanying side pieces. And the idea is that although you're saying I'm going to be Makabal Malchus Shemayim, you're really not. You're not being Makabal Malchus Shemayim, right? So that's the idea. That's a problem according to Rabbeinu Yonah, right? According to Rabbi Yochanan, that it's as if you're not being Makabal Malchus Shemayim, because somebody who was really Makabal or Malchus Shemayim would have his tefillin on when he says Shema. That is Rabbeinu Yonah. So what I'd like you to do now as we end this video, and we're about to go on to the last one, what I'd like you to do is send me a text message or an email and summarizing how Rabbeinu Yonah explains Ula and Rabbi Yochanan's opinion. Miss you guys a ton. Can't wait to hear from you. Shalom.